high-speed chicken feed. I saw you post about they thought JFK was coming back. They've thought that every fucking year for the last decade on the 4th of July. It's been 10 fucking years they've been saying JFK's coming back on the 4th of July. That's insane to even think about that amount of time. 10 fucking years, dude. Did you see where he said him and his sons were going to have a threesome? Funny, but it's also disgusting because he was talking about giving himself and both his sons the Medal of Honor. And he's like, and then we'll have a threesome. I'm hiding from fireworks. They started early. Caught me while I was still headed to the office. Freaked me out. I've been trying to calm down. Little bitch.
What you think about when you're born into a fire. Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed.
I need to, it's going to be a while before I can get a garage. I need to build like a little storage building though. That'll probably be something I make some content out of. Just something simple to keep like the trash can, lawnmower, weed eater, my tools, stuff like that in. I got to do something. Now it's summer and everything's outside, but that'll suck this fall. A little thing just I don't know, just to tidy up where you can't see the trash can. Oh, you went to Freedom Hall? Is that what you're talking about, the Pepsi one? You live near me, right? I heard Bristol had to cancel theirs because of rain and shit, right? All right, here we go. It said it was thunderstorming in Bristol. I don't know. We have something in Unicoi called Freedom Fest.
Hey daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Welcome, everybody. I am Will Bird, and this is the Cold Beer Confessional. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. Welcome. I did pull up that clip now I was talking about it. If you guys didn't see it, a couple of days ago, Trump was talking about giving himself the Medal of Honor, as well as giving it to his two sons. Then he said this.
Now, as I see my two beautiful sons sitting there, I think I'm going to give one to myself, one to them, and we'll have a threesome, okay? I'll pick out one of the two. I'll give them the Congressional Medal of Honor for something, for their genius at hunting, and I'll get one for taking on Russia, or something. Now, as I see my two beautiful sons.
Like, I know people keep saying he's doing it as a joke, and then the press corps is like, well, he would deserve one, but he doesn't qualify. He really wants one, right? He does not like the fact that it's a medal that he is not capable of being awarded. But what the fuck is going on with this threesome bullshit?
Now, as I see my two beautiful sons sitting there, I think I'm going to give one to myself, one to them, and we'll have a threesome, okay?
Does he not know what threesome means?
I'll give them the Congressional Medal of Honor for something, for their genius at hunting.
Imagine belittling the Medal of Honor to a point to where you're like, oh, I'll give it to them for something. How about their genius at hunting? They're such good hunters.
And I'll get one for taking on Russia, or something. Now, as I see my two beautiful sons sitting there, I think I'm going
fucking weird, dude.
One to them, and we'll have a threesome, okay?
The Post says, what the fuck? Trump says he wants a threesome with his sons. Trump, I see my two beautiful sons sitting there. I think I'm going to give one Medal of Honor to myself, one to them, and we'll have a threesome. I understand a threesome can just mean three of something, but in no way is anybody contextually saying threesome in any other way than a sexual way in the last fucking 50 years. Get the fuck out of here. All right, let's do this. Look how goofy he looks with his fucking belly open, hold his jacket open, his tie sticks out the top and the bottom. Wimpy. Isn't that the guy's name? That's who it reminds me of. The guy that says, I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today or whatever. This guy. There he is with his tie stuck out.
Good evening, America. If you think that was easy, it wasn't. And I want to thank everybody because they did the right thing. They saw lightning, and I said, there's no way if we have to speak in front of one person at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to be here. There's no way we can be deterred.
That's why so it was delayed. That's why they bumped his Ativan or whatever he's on.
And they estimated they had 375,000 people before everybody had to leave, and they now have 150,000 people. It's the craziest thing anyone's ever seen, at least. And I want to just...
You can't trust anything he says. There could be 150,000 people there, or he could be making it all up, and there's 30 people there. You can't trust anything he fucking says.
Thank you, and I feel so badly about some people. They left and they couldn't get back. But you're very special people, and we have a very special country. Thank you very much. Tonight we come together.
That's the excuse he'll use. When news reporters are like, well, there was more like 20,000 or 10,000. While he's claiming 150,000, he'll say, well, a lot of people left because we can't control the weather. They left, but they were there.
For one of the most joyous and glorious milestones of all time, and you know what that is, 250, the 250th anniversary, and I do have one of the most joyous and glorious milestones of all time, and you know what that is, 250,
the tool, and you know what that is. We had one of the glorious blah, blah, blah of all time, the tool, and you know what that is. He always uses these filler words when he fucks up.
Tonight we come together for one of the most joyous and glorious milestones of all time, and you know what that is, 250, the 250th anniversary.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what? We're here for the tool. You know what it is, the 250th.
I do have to say this. One of my very brilliant people backstage said, don't worry about it, sir. We can do it maybe next week. I said, it doesn't work next week. This is the big day. We want July 4th. We're not looking for July something else. Because this is the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. Nothing like it. For 2.5 centuries, our American republic has stood as the crowning achievement of human history. This country is the home of freedom. This is the land of liberty. And this is a flag that's the banner of the most extraordinary, most exceptional, most incredible nation ever to exist on the face of the earth. And we're doing better now than we've ever done before. No people have done.
It's not the anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. It's this anniversary of the adoption of the Declaration of Independence. I think the signing didn't take place until like fucking August.
More good, shown more courage, made more progress, righted more injustice, or achieved more greatness than you, the American people. For 250 years, the United States of America has been the hope, the promise, the light, and the glory among all.
Oh my God. Mariah's fucking MAGA family. I was just sitting, ignoring everybody, doing my own thing, watching something on my phone. And one of them made the announcement. Major study finds that people who wear sunscreen 90% more likely to get all forms of skin cancer. Now just think about that for a second. Let's take that premise as if it's true, okay? People who wear sunscreen 90% more likely to get all forms of skin cancer, okay? Just think about that. We'll accept it as true. We'll just say it's true. So we're talking about people who wear sunscreen. What people don't wear sunscreen? Darker people that have darker complexions, and people that don't go outside. They're not in the sun. So the biggest issues, if you just look this up, the biggest issues with sunscreen are mostly people being overconfident in their protection. They'll use an SPF that's too low, or they won't reapply, or they're confident they're protected even when they're not. Maybe they got in the water and it washed off, or it's been more than 4 hours, blah, blah, blah. But of course, the conclusion they jump to is sunscreen causes the cancer. There's a whole group of them, like 5 of them, saying, yeah, I would never put that on somebody. Yep, sunscreen, that's what, it's the chemicals, and the government did it, and it's the chemicals in it. But if I went to them and said, study finds people who ride in cars 100% more likely to be in a car accident. Well, no shit, because they're the people, and the people who fly more likely to be in plane crash. No shit, right? So even if we took that 90% number, which I don't even know if that's true or not, obviously the people who wear sunscreen are the people who get burnt are in the sun, need the sunscreen, and are probably overconfident in their protection, because that's one of the biggest issues with sunscreen. People put it on and think they're just good, right? And a lot of times you need to reapply, or you have a certain amount of time and it's no good, or the SPF's not high enough. That makes perfect sense without the governments putting cancer in. Fucking goddamn, dude. Wanted to jump out in traffic, but there was none.
All of the nations of the world, all over the world, they try and be like us. Nobody can be like us, and with God's help, we will always be this or even better. We're going to be better. Here in our national mall, we're celebrating freedom's triumph over tyranny, liberty's conquest over oppression, and the enduring victory of the American spirit from the July 4th, 1776 to July 4th, 2026. Big dates. That's big dates. Two big ones.
I am kind of pissed. Like, usually I just let stuff roll off my back and I'm just like, chalk it up to Trump and like, what can we do? I am kind of pissed he ruined. Like, I've heard, I wasn't alive, obviously, but I've heard my dad talk about the bicentennial and how they celebrated it and how they had stuff going on for like a week and every town did something and blah, blah, blah. And these big things in Washington that they heard about and saw in the paper. And I wish there would have been a genuine nationwide attempt to celebrate the 250 without Trump trying to hijack it and turn it into a campaign rally and kickbacks for his friends that I could have shared with my son. There's not going to be another, you know what I mean? Like, there's not going to be something like that again that I could share with my kids. Or at least I'm not going to be alive for it.
Stronger, freer, richer, safer, and prouder than ever before. But
That jaw's working overtime.
miracle of history that lives forever in the heart of every single patriot. In Philadelphia, our founding fathers summoned the
sunscreen causes cancer has been this, people who don't understand causation versus correlation for years have claimed this, that there's all these chemicals in it, you put it on your skin, then you absorb it, and that gives you that's what actually gives you skin cancer. Okay.
courage of giants and the wisdom of centuries to boldly proclaim these timeless truths. They declared that all men are created equal, that they are endowed with sacred, unalienable rights by the hand of our Creator.
I've seen the quarter, the bicentennial quarter. My dad gave me one when I was little. I didn't know what the fuck it was. It has a little drummer on it or whatever, and I probably still have some somewhere. Yeah, I mean, it could have been a thing to non-political. Don't worry about giving your buddies fucking kickbacks so you get a little money on top, blah, blah, blah. It could have been something good to bring the nation together and talk about the history. The 250 has nothing to do with Trump. He thinks it's all about him and his coin and him on the passport and him on a quarter and him on a fucking dollar, and you're a fucking speck of sand on the beach of 250 years.
And that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. In signing their names to the roster of freedom, those 56 patriots put everything at risk, stepped onto the stage of destiny, and seized a victory for the ages, and that's what it was. And this is an evening for the ages, I believe. This is something very special. This is bigger than if we didn't have the lightning.
The way I understand the Declaration of Independence is on July 2nd, the Congress voted in favor of declaring independence. Then they spent 2 days, so that'd be the 3rd and the 4th, putting together a document, finalizing it, revising it, arguing back and forth, and they adopted it on the 4th. So we have the 2nd, we have the 4th. And then almost a month later, only 2 people signed it when they adopted it. I don't remember who it was. Probably the president of the Congress, and I don't know who else would have signed it. And then like over a month later, they get all the delegates to sign it in August. I don't know when in August, but it was actually signed in August.
Lightning blaring. We had lightning blaring, but this is bigger. Little more inconvenient, but it's bigger. I think in its own way, it's more beautiful. From the beginning, we were a nation that lived by the motto, victory or death, and live free or die. 1 out of every 100 Americans gave their lives in the fight for independence. To remind us of who these heroes were and what they gave us, we are honored to have here tonight in the heart of our nation's capital one of the very first American flags ever to exist. Dating back to 1777, it bears the 13 stars and 13 stripes of the 13 states that declared independence on the 4th of July.
Where's the gold fringe at? Maritime law.
Here it is. This was the flag that flew victorious at Saratoga. And these are the real deals, too. These are the real
Yeah, like that real Declaration of Independence he has in his office
flags, these are flags that have seen a lot. These
from the gift shop.
are the stars and stripes that flew triumphant when the British waved the white flag of surrender at Yorktown. That was a big surrender. Nobody thought that was possible. They were the greatest power of the world, and they surrendered, and that was the beginning. Ever since, the entire world has been on notice that Americans will never let anyone take our freedom away. It won't happen. And all these talks from the communists, they haven't got a chance. Not even a chance. We don't want communists in our country.
Name a prominent communist in our country. Name a prominent political figure that is a communist in our country.
Never worked, and it never will work. Americans must never forget that we are a historic and heroic people with a heroic spirit and a heroic purpose on this beautiful earth of ours. We are made the courage and the fire and the flesh and the blood of the best and the bravest people this world has ever produced. We are the bravest and the best. Tonight we pledge allegiance.
Hold on just a second. I just heard something. I try to keep my headphones turned up so I can't do fireworks, but I think that might have been thunder.
To the flag they gave us, and we say, God bless the immortal patriots of 1776, and long live the cause of independence. May it reign forever and ever and ever. We will always be on top. We will never let our country fall. We will always be the best. Our founders not only won our liberty, they secured it with the most righteous political document ever conceived.
Mariah may or may not. The same family member that went off about the fucking goddamn sunscreen. Allegedly, that family member needs heart surgery. Needs heart surgery. Told by a doctor, you need surgery. What's he doing? What is he doing when staring into the face of need heart surgery? He's waiting on med beds. He's waiting on a med bed because he knows they're coming soon.
It's called the Constitution.
It's the one that got up in her face and I showed up to fucking kill him. He apologized to her recently. This is the first time I've seen him since all that happened a little over a year ago. He wouldn't even speak to me. Just quietly disappeared every time I showed up.
Of the United States. Very special.
Started yelling at her because Mariah joked something about they said something about Trump, and Mariah's like, yeah, I'll hail the dictator, and started laughing. And he fucking jumped up in her face and put his finger in her fucking face. He's like, who you calling a dictator? You don't know what you're talking about. Made her cry. Like, I flipped the fuck out.
And it's because of their genius that we remain the finest people on the planet after 250 years. Unlike so many others in the world, in this country we have freedom of speech, freedom of religion, equal justice.
Even Liam, Liam's pretty timid and he's young, right? He doesn't have my anger, that's for sure. Even Liam is like, what the hell's wrong with you? Get away from my mom.
Under the law, although I wasn't treated that well, but we won't get into that. And the right to keep and bear arms.
I cussed them all out in the yard. They wouldn't let me in the house to see him. He barricaded himself in the bedroom and they threatened to call the cops. That's how that ended a little over a year ago. And he apologized to her just a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week ago. And then today's the first day I've seen him since. I don't go around those people because they're fucking, it is what it is.
Arms. And for the almost 6 years that I was president, I guarded very, very powerfully your Second Amendment, and they didn't do a thing to it, and it was not easy. But
So now a feather in Trump's cap is nothing happened with the Second Amendment. Yeah, welcome to almost every presidency in existence. What did they do with the Second Amendment under Obama or under Biden? I know there's a lot of fear-mongering and the rushing to buy ammo and weapons and this, that. You didn't do anything. So your claim to fame is Second Amendment still there. Yeah.
we guard your Second Amendment.
And I'm a Second Amendment advocate. Trump is not. Trump's in favor of red flag gun laws. I'd rather arrest them before they commit the murder. Before they go on a shooting spree. I'd rather pick them up then. It's called, you and Pam Bondi were talking about red flag gun laws. Trump got the bump stock banned.
We guard it very, very strongly and cautiously.
I personally think the bump stock's like a gimmick. It's stupid, silly. It's like a party trick, right? Your friends come over, you want to show it to them, that's cool, whatever, and then go on about your life. It's not like something you would use tactically, or at least I don't know anybody that would. But still, it's a step in a direction. He can't claim to be an advocate when he's the guy who got it banned.
Across the generations, Americans have fought, bled, and died, not just to secure those rights, but to expand them to citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed, because we are one people.
Well, sort of, right? Sort of. As long as he doesn't revoke whatever program you came in under to be a citizen, then, or you're protesting us, then they'll just snatch you up and fuck your rights, fuck what you deserve, fuck all that. We'll just snatch you up and do whatever with you. Secret police.
We are one family. You showed that tonight with one flag. And as our Declaration of Independence tells us, we are all made in the image of one Almighty God. And a communist will never say that. That's for sure. Few heroes remind us of...
There are plenty of communists that are fucking devout Christians. In fact, Christianity is probably more palatable with socialism than it is with fucking capitalism.
These truths more than William Carney, who escaped
By far, Jesus was a socialist.
slavery to become a Union soldier in the Civil War, which was a very big deal at the time.
Take all your belongings and sell them and give them to the poor.
Finally saw a comrade struck down by enemy fire while carrying the Stars and Stripes, and Sergeant Carney dove to the ground to keep the flag from touching the mud. He didn't want to have it touch the ground. He didn't want to have it touch the mud. He wanted it to be perfect. He raised it high above the field and was shot 4 times. They thought he was gone, but he kept moving forward. He loved our country. He loved our flag before he returned to camp and announced, "Boys, the old flag never touched the ground." And he became the first African-American to receive the congressional...
The bump stock ban was directly related to the Vegas shooting, yes.
Medal of Honor. He got the congressional...
The only reason that it would have been useful during like the Las Vegas shooting is because he just had a sea of people. When you're shooting with a bump stock, you're keeping the butt stock up against your shoulder, forward pressure on the gun, pulling the trigger. The trigger and the bullet going off causes the gun to slide back a little bit, and you're pushing it back forward to fire it again and again and again and again. So the gun's actually moving back and forth. It's incredibly hard to aim that way, unless you just have a sea of people. But if you have a sea of people, anything's going to be tactically advantageous, right? Because there's just so many people. It's hard to fucking miss anybody.
of Honor, and he was the first African-American.
What drugs are Trump on in this? Yes.
And
True.
They've written stories about him. He was something special. With us tonight to celebrate this forward march of freedom is another Medal of Honor recipient, Colonel Paris Davis, whose courage won eternal glory in Vietnam. He helped lead a surprise attack on 100 enemy combatants. They said he was finished. His whole group was finished. And despite multiple life-threatening wounds, saved the lives of his fellow soldiers. And this evening he stands to salute the only flag of its kind, the one that was draped over the casket of President Abraham Lincoln in Independence Hall. Thank you very much.
Airborne Special Forces, Electric Arrowhead.
He looks better than I do. He looks great, and he's brave. Because of heroes like these, our flag will always be a symbol of liberty and justice for all. Colonel Davis, thank you very much. Great man. Great man, thank you. Americans expanded the blessings of freedom, and we have never stopped expanding our ambitions and our dreams. We had the American dream. We never had the American dream, however, like we have it right now.
Oh, shit. It's yeah, that was thunder. It's fucking pouring rain right now. That you hold and it fires like a gun. That's cool. I watched it on TV. Oh, okay. I scrolled back to see if you went to Freedom Hall or not.
American dream is
Noble.
very strong, beautiful. You know, to get into our military now is tough. 2 years ago, we couldn't fill a job, and now it's overflowing.
I mean, you can go Google the Las Vegas shooting. He had tons of guns, 20, 30 guns.
We have so many, setting records. We're setting records. It's actually hard to get in. That includes our great police forces and our firemen. They couldn't hire anybody. Nobody wanted to do it. Now it's hard to get those positions, but it's really hard to get into our military because people respect and love our country again.
47 firearms.
Our rise to being the world's strongest and most powerful nation was no accident.
24 in the room.
First term. We use it a little bit in our, well, actually I should say third term, but I won't do that because I don't want any controversy. But we use it, and we use it a little bit in our world's strongest and most powerful nation. Was no accident of history. We rebuilt our military in my first term. We use it a little bit in our, well, actually I should say third term, but I won't do that because I don't want any controversy. But we use it, and we've had tremendous success. You look at Venezuela, you look at Iran, we wiped out their military.
If you've not got a a record and especially if you're young, it's generally pretty easy to get in the military, right? They'll even take a lot of applicants that need to go to fat camp or whatever. If you've got a record that's just something that they can't waive, or they don't want to waive because it's not wartime or whatever, waivers go like crazy. Like when Iraq and Afghanistan were going on, you get a waiver for almost anything. Right now, waivers aren't as good, but yeah, it's not that tough to get in the military for sure. Especially like young guys coming out of high school or below 25. Basically, you can go in there and just walk straight in and sign up.
Americans crossed the Great Plains, scaled the Rockies, we just tamed the wilderness and conquered the frontier and built the empire. It's called the Empire of Liberty. We laid down the railroads.
They made him get
those beautiful.
They made him get a driver's license to get in the Air Force. They issue you a military driver's license. It's just like a piece of paper that has your name and your battle roster and different things at your unit sometimes. And then below it, it just has a list of everything you're qualified to drive. And to be fair, a lot of times they wouldn't train us or do this or show us how to drive something. We would just go down the motor pool and I'd be like, hey, I need to drive an LMTV and it's not on my license. Can you drive it? Sure. And they just fucking print out a new license with new shit on it.
Skyscrapers and dug out the Panama Canal, considered the 8th wonder of the world, which everyone said was an impossible thing to do. And by the way, 38,000 Americans died to give up.
What's supposed to actually happen is there's a course for everything, from the Humvee to the LMTV, everything that drives. There's supposed to be a training course that you take to drive it.
One of the greatest feats of all time, the Panama Canal. This was the unstoppable spirit that created the world's most powerful industries and built the strongest military anyone had ever seen.
I'm surprised Bort isn't all booked up, right? Isn't that his spiel that he does every patriotic show ever? It's the 4th of July, and Bort is able to go live? Wild.
Today, it is stronger and more powerful than it ever was before. American grit, boldness, and daring forged heroes like Davy Crockett, Wyatt Earp, Annie Oakley, Teddy Roosevelt, and the legend of the Wild West, Buffalo Bill Cody. These were great, powerful people whose incredible grandchildren happen to be with us tonight, and they stand alongside one of the first American flags ever to fly over our expanding nation. It was carried west just as Lewis and Clark began their journey in 1803. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Great to have you. Great to have you. To honor this audacious and indomitable soul of America, we also have the first flag ever to fly over one of the greatest architectural feats of all time, a thing called the Brooklyn Bridge, one of the most beautiful bridges anywhere in the world.
Is this just going to be him reviewing flags?
A long time ago. To its right, the banner that flew atop our flagship after America's Navy sank the Spanish fleet to the bottom of the Manila Bay, one of the greatest naval victories in history. Much like our recent victory by sinking the entire Iranian Navy, 159 ships, to the bottom of the sea, all done in just a moment's time. Happened very quickly. We have the greatest military anywhere in the world. And next to it, we also have the flag that was given to that immortal, just a fantastic, immortal Rough Rider.
Immortal? He's losing it.
To the bottom of the sea, all done in just...
And then watch, again, notice the pattern. Filler words. The immortal, the greatest, the guy that everybody loves. We all know it. You know it. I know it. Immortal.
A moment's time. Happened very quickly. We have the greatest military anywhere in the world. And next to it, we also have the flag that was given to that immortal, just a fantastic, immortal Rough Rider, the one and only. And I was at the museum the other day at its opening. Theodore Roosevelt, when he returned triumphant from Cuba.
Oh, my God. Hold on.
Don't tell me I'm the first one here.
Can we help you?
Watch that for a second while I look up a video.
Party last year.
Oh, yeah, Will.
We actually canceled 4th of July this year, though.
What? Bummer. Okay, I'll call an Uber then.
I'm sorry. I think Mickey's has, like,
Oh,
tournament.
it's 10 minutes away.
Well, you don't have to wait out here, but why don't you come inside?
Sure, I'd love to. Where it all happened. Oh, this is the beer pong table from last year that I dunked on, remember? And it collapsed on that chick's seeing eye dog or whatever.
No, that's a coffee table. We had to get...
I don't know what this is, but
It broke and the dog bled.
I'm gonna take a leak.
Actually, not that door.
Huh?
It's just down the hall.
If this isn't the bathroom, then where did I throw up last
Can
year?
you please just not open the door?
Jesus, it took us 5 minutes to wrangle around. No, it's fine.
what a weird fucking skit. Anyways, this is what I wanted to show you. Trump talking to Teddy Roosevelt as if he's fucking real. Like, as if he's, thank you for being with us today, sir. We appreciate you speaking with us.
Every day a president faces storms most people never see. Keep your nerve and remember the nation comes first. You get through. I know you know that feeling yourself.
Well, I appreciate those words. Those words are fantastic. And I just want to say it's an honor to be with you today. We are making a little bit of a tour. Some of the fantastic.
It's an honor to be with you today. What the fuck?
We are making a little bit of a tour. Well, I appreciate those words. Those words are fantastic. And I just want to say it's an honor to be with you today.
I swear I think this is like a dementia moment. Like, he really thought that someone was talking to him. Like, he didn't understand the concept of AI. Thank you for being with us today. Yeah, I'm a fucking robot slave. Like, I'm here all the time. As long as the fucking power's on.
We are making a little bit of a tour. Some of the
He
fantastic
tells the AI bots in the tour, we're taking a tour.
things you've done.
Every day a president faces
Fucking wild, dude. Now he's talking about, I got to see it at the opening.
Printed with the words, welcome home, Colonel Roosevelt. Hey, I've been to that immortal, just a fantastic, immortal Rough Rider, the one and only, and I was at the museum the other day at its opening. Theodore Roosevelt, when he returned triumphant from Cuba, printed with the words, welcome home, Colonel Roosevelt. He was a victor of San Juan Hill. He was a great gentleman. Americans won the West and built the modern world because America is a nation of winners. And today our country is winning again, and we're winning like never before. America is back, and we want to keep America great, and we will do so by approving the Save America Act, which means all voters must show voter ID. All motors.
All motors.
Approving the Save America Act, which means all voters must show voter ID. All motors.
All motors?
Provide a little thing called all motors. All voters must provide a little thing called proof of citizenship. And there will be no mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military deployment, or travel. And you won't have cheating on the elections anymore. It's very simple. Together, we are also reasserting the truth that American strength and power is not something to be ashamed of. It is something that we are very, very proud of. This country has been the greatest force for peace and justice on earth. In the last century, we defeated tyrants, demolished evil, and saved freedom again and again and again. Ken Schubring was 19 years old when he survived the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. After enemy planes sank ships like the USS Arizona, he resolved that he would help America strike back.
Enemy motors.
To strike back and win. Flying B-29s in the Pacific, Ken fought from the first day to the very last. He was in the war right from the first day, and he went to the last day and all the way to the enemy's unconditional surrender. We got an unconditional surrender. He was there at 104 years old and looking really good. Captain Schubring is here tonight, and he is saluting the flag that went down with the Arizona at Pearl Harbor, but was raised back up with the help of some unbelievable American patriots. It's a symbol of American defiance. Please. Thank you, Captain. Thank you, Captain. Great job. Thank you very much. You have very good genes. That's his son. His son's going to be around a long time. Thank you very much, Captain. On
You look good in those jeans, Captain.
Arthur Rose commanded 36 landing craft as part of the largest naval armada in history. Recalling that sight, he wrote home to his parents, "What a country we are." At 107 years old, Lieutenant Rose is here to salute one of our nation's most prized possessions, the flag that flew aboard the first landing craft on D-Day and led the first Americans onto the beaches of Normandy to liberate Europe and defeat Nazi fascism forever. Lieutenant Rose, you are an inspiration to this beautiful crowd, and we thank you very much. Amazing man. 107. It's 107. On Iwo Jima in the Pacific, the Marines faced some of the most brutal combat in the history of warfare. They shed their blood for every inch of mountain that they reached, and when they reached the summit and raised the stars and stripes for all to see, it was so special to everybody there. Everybody there and everybody watching. They couldn't believe it. It wasn't supposed to happen. With us today is one of the last survivors of that battle, 101-year-old Marine Corporal Don Graves. And he's here to salute that famous flag he saw rise in the glory of Iwo Jima 81 years ago, and you've all seen that flag many times. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are the fighters and the banners of the greatest generation. They are the greatest generation. I hate to admit that, but they are. They saved the world, and they made America very, very proud. We're very proud of you, heroes all. And after we vanquished fascism, Americans stood against the evil of communism in the Cold War. And as I said last night at the beautiful Mount Rushmore, what a beautiful place, where Washington, Jefferson, Lincoln, and Theodore Roosevelt loomed over my shoulder as I spoke, America will never be a communist country. Won't happen. Communism is a loser, and it always will be. The communist system is the opposite of the American system, and the communist system has never worked. Our warriors did not fight communism on battlefields across the world, only to have that menace rear its ugly head right back here in America. We're not going to let it happen. We'd like to stop a threat like that immediately and before it begins. It's like a cancer. You got to cut it out. You got to cut it out fast. Tonight, we proudly thank veterans of the war on communism, including Marine Corporal Pat Finn and Private First Class Rudy Meekins, who fought at the famed Battle of Chosin Reservoir in Korea. That was a rough one. Thank you. Pat fought in hand-to-hand combat with the enemy. He had 5 against him, and he was 1. And as you can see, he's around to talk about it. And Rudy was wounded 4 times, but never stopped shooting, and he never stopped moving forward. And also with us is veteran Sonny Ray, who fought heroically against an enemy force 10 times his unit size and earned a tremendously deserved Silver Star. Tonight they salute one of the very first 50-star flags to fly above the field of battle. This was about the beginning of the 50. And right next to it is one of the last flags from Checkpoint Charlie, very famous place on the Berlin Wall, where American freedom finally brought communism crashing down to an end. Thank you so much. You are really very special. Thank you. Thank you very much. The Stars and Stripes cast the hammer and sickle into oblivion before, and we will do it again if necessary. I don't think it's going to be necessary. I think people have learned. They've learned what to do and how to handle it, and we're going to handle it very well. So, gentlemen, I want to thank you very much. You're amazing people, amazing men. Thank you. How about that, huh? Isn't that great? What an honor it is to be with them. Think of it, 107. That's up there, but hopefully he's got 20 good years left. Through the generations, Americans have never stopped striving to lift humanity to new heights. In 1903, the Wright brothers from Ohio fulfilled the age-old dream of mankind to fly. That's right, they're from Ohio, great state. And within 66 years of inventing the airplane, Americans planted our flag on the moon. Just 3 months ago, we sent American astronauts back to the far side of the moon, and this time they flew further from Earth than anyone has ever flown before. And here they are. So tonight we're joined by that crew of NASA, Artemis, you know the crew, everybody. Artemis 2, and everybody watched. Isn't that amazing? They became very famous. Everybody watched. I was watching. I don't know what it was. That one got the attention of everybody. And along with the last man to walk on the moon, Apollo 17 astronaut Jack Schmitt. Thank you, Jack. You look like you could be with them, Jack. You look very good. You look very good, Jack. Thank you very much. What a job. Everybody was watching. I was with a group of people that normally wouldn't be watching, and we were having a big dinner, and they all said, we want to turn on, we want to watch Artemis 2. A lot of people said, what is that? By the end of the evening, they knew it was amazing. And along with Jared, where's Jared? He's so great. He's running NASA. What a job he's done. So I want to thank you all. Thank you very much. Great job. So these champions of flight stand this evening beside the flag flown on the Wright brothers airplane, piloted by Orville Wright. It's the exact flag, very historic, and they are honored to be here. They told me today they were really amazed to be here with that flag. That's a very special flag if you're in the world of flying aircraft. So congratulations to everybody. Fantastic job. Very proud of you. And I have a special gift for these patriots. This morning on America's 250th birthday, a new flag was flown above the United States Capitol. And tonight I present it to you to soon be planted by American astronauts on their upcoming return to the moon. And in addition to that, I gave them and all of the great heroes that you saw up on stage tonight, and a few others that couldn't quite make the stage, I gave them a very special medal from the White House. So it's an honor. Thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate it. So then I assume you're going to be heading to Mars, right? We're going to be going to Mars very soon. And I think that's something that we do have in mind. And we're going to do the moon, and we're going to go from there. We're going to go to Mars, and we're going to continue to be way ahead. You know, we did Space Force. That was something I was very proud of, and some people smiled. They thought it was foolish, and now they're finding it's one of the most important things that we've done. We were losing to China and to Russia in space, and now we're leading them by giant steps, and it's a great thing, and it's people like that really, like you, that made it happen. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much, Jeff. So as we celebrate America's unmatched achievements and unlimited potential, we never forget that none of this would have been possible without those who gave everything so that we could reach this 250th year of freedom. We are honored to be joined by 11 Gold Star family members. The Gold Star family, that is one of the great tributes. It's one of the great honors, a tough honor. There's nothing tougher than that. But these are amazing people. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Come on up. They went through a lot. Thank you very much. And that special person is looking up there and looking down at mom and dad, husband, wife, but they're looking down with great pride. You know that, and we want to thank you for being here. Thank you very much. And we have medals for you backstage. I brought them. I thought I'd be handing them out about 3 hours ago, but we're going to be backstage, and we have beautiful medals for you, for your family, from the White House. Thank you very much, everybody. We love you. On this special 4th of July, we give you our undying gratitude and promise to redeem the sacrifice of your heroes by preserving the America that they love. They loved our country. They sacrificed it all, and these people have sacrificed it all. They've been through hell. We love you. Thank you very much. Thank you. From 1776 to today, everywhere the American flag has flown, it has been a symbol of strength, righteousness, and hope, because that is who Americans are. In 1944, a mother and her daughter huddled in their house in Nazi-occupied Belgium and prayed desperately for their country to be freed. They wanted freed. As they waited, they found scraps of fabric and stitched together a homemade American flag. It's beautiful, but homemade. On the day they were finally liberated, and that's what the word is, liberated, they gave it to an American soldier as a gift. Little did they know that that soldier's great-grandfather was none other than the author of our Star-Spangled Banner, Francis Scott Key. And tonight, the next generation of the Key family is with us.
Oh, God. This speech sucks, dude.
Thank you very much. Please. Thank you. Major Kyle Key has spent 23 years in the U.S. Army, highly respected, and this evening he proudly salutes the old flag that was made by the Belgian woman so beautifully, and who knew that America means hope and freedom. Congratulations, and thank you for being here very much. And in conclusion, from a declaration in Philadelphia to victory at Yorktown, from the bustling factories of the heartland to the towering snow-capped summits of Alaska, from the endless frontier of the open Wild West to the magnificent sand dunes at Kitty Hawk, from the glimmering skyline of Manhattan to the far side of the moon, you just saw that, and from the now safe and beautiful capital of Washington. Think of it, Washington, D.C., our capital. Our capital is now safe, gleaming, and beautiful again. It's safe again. Went from a very unsafe place 2 years ago to one of the safest cities in the country, and one of the most beautiful, to the gleaming waters of the Gulf of America. There is no challenge Americans cannot overcome. There is no place we cannot go. There is no goal we cannot reach, and there is nothing that Americans cannot do, and we're proving that right now. Our stock market is the strongest it's ever been. We have $19.2 trillion being invested in our country, which is 6 times more than ever happened before. We're building more factories in the United States than ever before. Everyone's 401ks are at the highest number they've ever been. And more people are working today in the United States than any time in the history of our country. But in this country, we can achieve the wildest and most impossible dreams, and no dream in history is bigger or more incredible than the one that started on July 4th, 1776. The war for independence was launched by Minutemen, farmers, blacksmiths, tradesmen, who took up their muskets against the mightiest army on earth, the most powerful army, an unbeatable army, until they met us. No one made them do it. They fought because they knew that a free people must have a free country. Over 250 years, the world has seen the great empires, vast kingdoms, mighty nations, and terrible tyrants. They came and they went. But after 2.5 centuries, this American republic still stands tall and strong, and we love each other. That showed tonight. You heard it was over, and what happened? You came back. And this American flag still waves proud and free and beautiful. We have thrived and flourished because our founders were great. Our cause was just, our people are brave, our culture is exceptional, and our destiny is written by God. And as we can see here tonight, after 250 years, the spirit of 1776 still lives within us all. It still roars in the hearts of our nation's capital. It still burns in the heart of every patriot, thunders through every city and town, and it still lights the entire world with the glow of American liberty. And there is nothing like that. At 250 years old, we may be the oldest constitutional republic on earth, but our country is just getting started, because the best is yet to come. This is only the dawn of the golden age of America, and on this 250th 4th of July, we declare, just as they did 2.5 centuries ago, that for our country and for our children and for the cause of liberty, we are going to take our country to new levels, to levels not reached. We're going to make it bigger, better, stronger, and we're going to...
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. Gen X, 10 6-packs. Thank you.
I love it even more. And I just want to thank you. And the inconvenience of lightning can do that, but lightning will never stop you. And I want to thank everybody. And we love you all. And it's an honor to be your president. Thank you. God bless you all. God bless you all. Thank you. We have a great fireworks display tonight, and I'm going to be watching it with you. It's going to start very quickly. So thank you very much. You're going to really like this. Thank you very much, everybody.
There you go. Pretty bad. It was a review of flags. He was talking about family member, descendants of famous people Trump wishes he was heroes, even though he's a fucking coward.
Join us.
What do those signs say? I want to see what that guy's sign said. Hold on.
Please join us in singing the national anthem.
At least the rain stopped all the fireworks. Thanks, President Trump. I heart USA. Happy 250. I hate these people so much, dude. Fireworks. It would be cool to see a big fireworks show like in DC or something. I wish I could stand to be around fireworks. That'd be nice. I like the drone shows too. There's a place in my town where you can go get up on this logging road, kind of up on top of the mountain, and you're looking like down on the, you're so high that there's like a city you can see off in the distance, and you're kind of looking at a downward angle on the fireworks. They look cool there too. Drone shows are cool. Yeah, not bad.
powerful people.
Oh my God. Bort is now, because he can't get any of his equipment to work, he's literally just turning his camera around to the TV and pointing it at the TV.
Powerful
He's
people
holding it in his hand.
whose
Look at
incredible grandchildren.
God, he's nailing it, dude. Nailing it. To be a board on the wall.
I'm proud. I'm proud to be an American.
Oh, man. That's studio quality.
I'm proud.
By the way, Bort, in a video I saw recently, claimed that he overcame stage 4 cancer. Okay? Stage 4 means that not only has the cancer metastasized to a point to where it's probably completely taken over whatever it's on, it has spread from its primary sites, not just to adjacent organs, but to distant organs, right? So think about like having it in your stomach and getting it in your fucking brain, okay? Not just an organ that's right beside it, not something that's in the same system, not something that's close in the body, but to distant organs across the body. He claims he overcame stage 4 throat cancer, and all he had was surgery and refused chemo. I don't even know if it was fucking cancer. It might have just been benign, but he's saying in the video that it was stage 4 cancer. No fucking way. Here, also known as metastatic or advanced cancer, this, stage 4, means that the cancer has spread from its primary site to distant organs and tissues. Distant organs and tissues. He's fucking lying 100%. Oh, too late, too little, too late, Dr. J. This is what I scream when you show up in chat. Okay? You just pack your shit and go home.
And picking a night for it to be their night to shoot fireworks off the top of their casino. And we see them here for the 4th of July. We see them for New Year's Eve. We see them Independence Day, stuff like that.
Yeah, those are the same. 4th of July and Independence Day are the same things, Bort.
Come on, gang. Let's get this party started.
I
want to read this to you because since she deleted it, but it was posted by Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, or who I like to call Alexandria AOC.
Got her. Got her. She like Scooter Hoon says, she may never recover from that burn.
Because since she deleted it, but it was posted by Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez.
Yeah, I think it was at, hold on. I think it was at a Brad Barton thing. Let me see. I'll see if I can show you this fucking goddamn beggars fucking bullshit. Give me just a second. Here. Okay. So it says back in September of 2021 at Brad Barton's We the People event, Every other speaker just walked out on stage and said, "Hey, I'm so and so, and I'm going to be singing or speaking tonight or whatever." Bort had Dana make him an introduction video where she introduced him, like Burt Lynch Truth says, like he was being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Out of everyone he could have chosen, he picked the biggest cheerleader to tell everyone how important he was. This self-promotion never takes days off. Listen to this bullshit introduction he does. Watch this. Oh.
Tell you a little bit about. Hi there. I want to take this time to tell you a little bit about my friend Burt Lynch. He's been entertaining audiences all over the world since he was 6 years old. He's been a Las Vegas featured act for more than 23 years. But in 2019, Burt noticed a lump on his neck. As the weeks and months went by, the lump got bigger. And Burt finally decided it was time to see a doctor.
Siamese twin.
It was going to be just a cyst, easy removal. But the news was devastating. Burt was told he had stage 4 squamous cell carcinoma of the throat, neck, jaw, and mouth.
Stage 4. Bullshit.
And that he needed immediate surgery. Without this immediate surgery, he would have less than a year to live. This news came at the same time as the COVID-19 crisis hit with full force, shutting down Las Vegas and leaving Burt unable to support himself. After 6 months of tests and countless doctor's appointments, Burt underwent 18 hours of surgery to remove the cancer. The doctor said he may never sing again, and that the invasive surgery had done damage to the nerve leading to his shoulder. Burt was told to expect to be permanently disabled to a large degree. 3 months post-op, fate found
Permanently disabled or not, he never worked again.
the computer watching Brad Barton Little Talk Show. Brad mentioned that he wanted to play a song for his audience. But YouTube kept taking it down, anything he posted, because he didn't have permission from the artist. Burt decided to send the following message. Brad, I love your show. I watch it every day. Here's the link to my song. I wrote it. I own it. You have my permission to play it. God bless. Brad's played Burt's song, and he told his viewers what his new friend had been going through and what a difficult time Burt was having financially. That night, Little Talk Show Nation reached out in prayer. And
Permanently disabled.
They donated to Burt's GoFundMe page, rescuing him from uncertainty of unknowing where the next break payment was going to come from. Or, matter of fact, the next meal. That night, that Little Talk Show Nation raised nearly $90,000 in donations in less than 24 hours.
Nearly $90,000 in donations in less than 24 hours, according to Bort's own hot man here.
Burt suddenly had hope again and a fighting chance to continue pursuing his dream. Doctors and the others.
That was the first taste of the scam that he got, right? He didn't have fucking medical bills. He was just being fucking lazy. Anyways, that was the first taste of the scam. He never looked back, dude. I mean, he had done like in-person scams. He's a fucking con artist from way back, I believe. That's my personal opinion of him. But now he's got this internet scam thing going. He thought, I can ride this out. I can do this 5 or 6 more times.
In the medical field have told us the fact that Burt is able to sing and perform again so fast after the trauma to his throat, mouth, and body is nothing short of a miracle. This month marks 1 year since surgery, and the man that many of us helped climb back from the abyss is here with us tonight to show his appreciation for you all and his love for our country with his music. To make the official introduction, please welcome to the stage our host, Mr. Brad Barton.
The 5-year survival rate for stage 4 squamous cell carcinoma, which is what he says he has, is 6% for 5 years. Stage 4 means that the cancer has spread to different distant lymph nodes and organs like the lungs, liver, and brain. I don't think so. Fucking loser, dude. So it was 90K. Let's read these comments. So it was 90K. Yes. I think that Dana just took pictures to use later as a con to get money. Who takes pictures of their surgery anyways? This is over the top to show such gory pictures. The pictures are props for the end deal. I totally agree with you. Brad scammed a lot of people also. He's a joke as well. Yes. He's only gotten worse as the years go on. Now he is partnering with Phil, who's not only a con artist, but also a groomer, child, sexual predator. Nothing means anything to Brad, Phil, or Bort. Only how to make a quick buck. They will pimp out the cross and the flag just to give credibility to their scams. Makes me sick. I can't believe more real Christians and patriots are not standing up and speaking out against these people. I have a friend and cousin with that same growth in the neck. Squamous cell carcinoma is skin cancer. That was not skin cancer. I heard the last podcast, the one he did before. The one before that, Bort has to take care of some medical issues. Bort said he has a lump to have it checked out. Bort will milk that to the hill. It's coming. Oh, yeah, on his last podcast, he's like, I got to get back to the doctor. I've got another lump on my neck. He's already changed his diagnosis 2 times. I also do not believe it was cancer. I feel like others that it was a benign growth, because if you have stage 4 and only have surgery and no other treatment, you will not make it. Exactly, right? Like, if you had stage 4 and it moved to your fucking lungs, having surgery right here is not going to save your lungs. It's just going to continue. If it was stage 4. Obviously, it's not, but if it was. What else we got here?
It is the 4th of July. It's Independence Day. I don't have a gig this week, this weekend. I wish I did, but
why not?
I do Raise Up Old Glory for you guys. I hope you like it. It goes like this right here.
Oh, this is where he's going to just play the song and lip sync to it and pretend like he's singing it live.
Raise Up Old Glory.
Lip syncing. Bort's broke ass booked a rental car to get a haircut. City bus is like $8 for a 24-hour pass.
It was one of the most expensive haircuts I've ever had because of that stupid rental car, which I'm now having to make.
He refused chemo and radiation. He only had, according to him, he only had mechanical separation surgery.
And reimbursed me for. What a nightmare that was.
Yeah, if it's stage 4, it's already spread to other places. That's what stage 4 means. It's like, hey, it's spread to other places, like major organ systems, and not just like it's one thing for it to be like adjacent, like it's on the edge of your lung that's up against your kidney and it spreads to your kidney. Okay, that's stage 2 or 3. Stage 2 or 3 are kind of like blurred lines depending on who you talk to and what day they look at it, blah, blah, blah. Stage 4 is like, it's jumping all around your fucking body and stuff that it shouldn't have even got to already. These guys are wild. Fucking, was it, what do they call themselves? Not Nation Front. What do they call themselves? The neo-Nazis. Something Front. Patriot Front. I got it before you said anything. Damn. Damn, Dr. J. Damn. See how Dr. J fucks shit up all the time? Oh, shit. I didn't mean to do that. Dr. J, damn it. I meant to do this. Was it not Patriot Front? What was the group that did it? Oh, there it is. White supremacist group Patriot Front marches through D.C.
about today.
Dr. J, it's too late. You're way behind.
Hundreds of members of the white supremacist group Patriot Front marched through D.C. The group moved throughout neighborhoods in the district wearing face coverings, carrying American and Confederate flags, and it caught many off guard. Sarah Robinson spoke with people who woke up to the march and said that they were shocked and unsettled by what they saw.
People living along 6th Street near C Street say they woke up to the sound.
It's crazy that these people feel safe enough to even do. Like, these people ought to be terrified to even go out in public with this belief system. You know what I mean?
Of hundreds of people marching past their homes. At first, they thought it was a parade, so they started taking photos. But the reaction quickly changed to shock and fear when they realized it was the group Patriot Front.
My reaction is that's gross. Ew. We don't need that today. The symbols of hate.
A group of hundreds of men wearing face coverings, navy blue shirts, and khakis was seen marching through the streets of D.C. from Union Station to Eastern Market.
I think I would be curious as to where that, like...
Good troll. Amazing.
comes, where their patriotism comes from, and what they think that they're celebrating in America, especially on this weekend.
Get out! The group was seen carrying flags and iconography associated with Patriot Front.
Patriot Front is a white supremacist organization.
Luke Baumgartner is a research fellow with the George Washington University program on extremism.
What's the point today?
What's the point? National independence. The representation of the nation's cause and our people's interests.
But they do like to
He looks like a scoutmaster is getting ready to fuck some kids, dude.
crouch themselves in this patriotic veneer. They use the Betsy Ross flag, they use the red, white, and blue colors to evoke this feeling of Americana, and basically what they're trying to get at is spread their message that America is a place for only white people.
The masked group handed people WUSA 9 spoke with these flyers, stating they, quote, stand against gender hysteria, the murder.
The strength of America is the strength of its people. The strength of its people is the strength of its families. The posterity of our nation must be defended against the government hostile to the descendants of the European race who created it and sustain it still. It is the patriotic duty to boldly defy the betrayal of our people's right to strong families and healthy communities. Those destroying the American family can only have the intent of destroying the American people. Children must be seen as the promise of a prosperous future and a social obligation, not as a financial liability. Well, then put in programs that help people fucking raise kids instead of saying, well, you shouldn't have had kids. Patriot Front, it's a huge financial liability. Patriot Front stands against gender hysteria, the murder of the unborn, the corruption of our nation's youth, and the assaults against the institution of marriage. Our organization stands in defense of the family and is working to create healthy and virtuous communities where patriotic families can thrive. PatriotFront.us.
Murder of the unborn, the corruption of youth, and the assaults against the institution of marriage.
They don't want to be identified. They have jobs, they have families. It's unpopular to say, but they are sometimes normal people with careers and lives, and being publicly identified with groups like this puts that at risk.
DC Police sent WUSA 9 a statement on the march saying in part, quote, MPD recognizes the rights of individuals to peacefully express their views and remains committed to maintaining public safety. Neighbors tell me they are thankful that the march passed without any major confrontations or acts of violence, and they're hoping the rest of the holiday weekend remains peaceful. Reporting in Capitol Hill, I'm Sarah Robinson, WUSA 9.
Fucking Patriot Front, man. I don't know. Fucking wild. Craziness. Let's see if we got a new
A she-horse dumped 3,000.
Not this time. U-Haul was out of the budget. It's a holiday. You know, the rates spike. Damn it, I was hoping she did one for the 4th of July. It doesn't seem like she did, though.
We do have an ad that we need to get through.
Adam Ray.
I'm going to need some help with this. So, Jay, if you could turn the lights on for me real quick. I'd love to find somebody in the crowd who is willing to come up on stage and help me read our commercial. They've got to know how to, spell and read words. They've also got to, maybe be a little fucked up. That'd be more fun for this experiment. I'm taking around. My man, I like your energy. You got some cool dreads. Looks like you're wearing a fucking purple pimp suit. Yeah? You look like maybe one of 4 black guys in the crowd. Come up on stage, sir. Let's get this guy up on stage real quick, sir. There you go, sir. Take your sweet ass time like you're walking to a CVS to buy a fucking pregnancy test. Right there, sir. Thank you so much. Okay. Matt, you good? Yeah, well, that was a little scary. I'm not going to lie. What's up, my man? What's your name?
Chandler.
Here, take that mic behind you, Chandler.
People? May I sit?
Fucking, I don't feel like stopping you. Guys, keep it going for Chandler real quick, huh? Yeah, just put your drink down, take your cock out, do whatever you want, Chandler. What are you drinking, a vitamin water? What is that?
No, that's a whiskey and water.
Let's go. You a little fucked up, Chan?
Very much so.
Let's go, dude. Chandler, what do you do? You live here in Tysons or are you DC native?
I do not. I'm from Pennsylvania.
Let's go, dude. Shout out. What part of PA, Chandler?
PA, Harrisburg, capital. Steelers, where y'all at? Yes, it do. Monday.
I like his Dr. Phil impression Adam Ray does.
Chandler, you look like if Marshawn Lynch fucked Willy Wonka. And that's a compliment. I love both those guys.
And you look like Dr. Phil. That's a compliment.
I love you, baby. I love you, Chandler. Nice rings. Holy shit.
I mean, I do what I do.
Oh, that's some cool black shit. I got to be honest. I'll do what I do. That's a bumper sticker right there. Now, Chandler, I've got an ad. Okay, I need to get through this commercial before we keep on moving. So I would love to get through this. You mind if I take a sip of your whiskey real quick?
No, you go right on ahead.
Just to make sure there's nothing bad in it.
Johnny Walker Black. If anybody wants to give me a,
Yeah, I don't see color, but all right. So let's. Johnny Walker White is just fine to me, but. Let's go ahead and get this ad. Steven, in just a second, I want you to hit me with some commercial music. And Chandler, I'd love you to take center stage. I want you to read through this, okay? Take your time. It's a cold read, which means you have no time to warm up. I don't want you to skip over anything. I want you to read through it and just read everything that's on the page, my man, so we can get this ad into the Dr. Phil Live Show. Can you do that for me?
I'm going to do the best I can.
Okay. Yep, you stuttered and so fucking slurred through that sentence. You guys want to hear Chandler do a little ad for us?
The alcohol is coursing through my veins.
The alcohol is coursing through my veins like fucking alcoholic Danny Zuko over here. All right, Steven, hit me with some commercial music. Go ahead and take that. Take center stage, Chandler, and take your time, and let's get this ad out of the way.
DC commercial reading. Every year, 4,000 Americans come to DC with their thumb up their butt. Like me. These people coming from all over the world hoping to see where Forrest Gump reunited with Jenny before he fucked her while she had AIDS. Jenny. Spoiler alert, Forrest Gump got Jenny pregnant while she had HIV. Anywho, DC is more than just the Lincoln Monument, the Smithsonian, the Capitol. We've got Chuck Schumer? Who the fuck is that? Crab cakes.
Damn, he's
the guy
charismatic, ain't he?
Arenas that gun. Oh shit, I lost my space on that one. That was a good one.
Take your time, baby. Do what you do.
What do Dave Chappelle, Genuine, and Bill Nye have in common? They're all from motherfucking DC. That's right. If you know anyone who's out there talking shit about our home, call the number below. Also, I have small balls. Yamas is the shit. Who the fuck is Yamas?
That's pronounced Hamas.
Hamas?
Hamas is the shit. Who is Yamas?
And it backfired all on my ass. 9/11.
I like this guy.
Was an inside job.
Whoa. I didn't write that. That was not on there. That's all Chandler. Guys, one more time for Chandler. Let him hear. Got your phone?
Oh, yeah.
You got your phone, Chandler? Let's take a picture real quick. Come on. Where is it? How about I'll take it and I'll send it to you? Wait, I don't got my phone either.
You know, that would be a... No,
Fuck, anybody got it? Oh, here we go. By the way, I've never laughed harder hearing you go, who's Hamas? Is that Genuine's opener?
Can I get one?
Yeah. Guys, make some fucking noise. Turn those house lights on for me real quick.
That was a good one. Adam Ray's funny. He does edge across the line of fucking racist a lot, but he is funny. He's a funny comedian.
Have you ever thought about like having your own
He does Joe Biden too.
Because you're so famous that like people like your own cologne. You know how Johnny Depp's got like Sauvage. You know?
No.
You ever seen?
Who is? Hold on. Have you guys seen the breakdown? You guys know who Malik Beasley is? He's an NBA player, okay? Or was. He was indicted on charges of betting on himself for like parlays like under over 3.5 rebounds or 4 rebounds or under over 12 points per game or under... And you can literally see what they alleged he did, right? Let's say like he was he was supposed to get over 3.5 rebounds. That's what he bet on. And then watch that game that it happened in and watch him do it. Like, he'll come flying from completely across the court, won't even guard his man. He'll box out his own teammates to get a rebound. Like, it's fucking crazy that he didn't think somebody's going to put this together eventually.
That Johnny Depp commercial where he's like driving a fucking Honda Accord, and then all of a sudden he's in the desert, and he's just like, when I'm in the desert, I want to smell good. Even though there's nobody around, it doesn't matter. It's for me. Sauvage. You never seen that?
Johnny Depp
Watch that commercial 1,000 times today. Because I love Johnny Depp, but I love the word sauvage.
Sauvage? I don't know. Oh, are you saying, is it savage?
No, if you would listen to the fucking words coming out of my mouth, it's probably savage.
Spell it.
It's S-A-U-O-V. Look, Johnny Depp can pronounce. Johnny Depp's like one of those guys, if you told him to say the word diarrhea, he'd go, diarrhea.
Bucks, I think. Is he on the Bucks? I just watched somebody breaking down, like, this is the bet he made. Now let's watch how he plays. And it was just blatant. Like, especially when he was, like, supposed to do, like, under 3.5 rebounds. Before the ball was even shot, he'd be fucking jetting down the other side of the court to guarantee he didn't get that fucking rebound. He would get 3, and then he would stop.
And I'd buy it and put it all over me.
Wait, okay.
We'll look at a video in a second.
We did a little bit called the robot rectal exam. He puts on these big steel rectangular fingers with a lot of right angles. And Steve-O really took one for the team. Yeah, that was fun. And Adam Ray, the comedian, does the voice of the robot. And he's so
Shout
funny.
out to Adam,
baby.
Yeah.
Adam's super talented. He kills it.
We did a little bit called the robot.
How about pregnancy videos? Where do we stand on those?
Again, I don't like seeing stressed out animals.
Fair enough.
So no.
Fair
Pregnancy
enough.
in what way?
Well, so
giving birth. So the act of getting pregnant.
So I saw the first.
That's called porn.
Valid.
Because one I like and one I don't.
Yeah. Well, look. Do you remember your birth? Let's start there. Sal?
Barely. I would say even maybe no.
Oh yeah, were you fucking?
I was not high when I was born. No.
All right. Well, you don't know because you don't remember.
All right.
No, I don't think I was born. I feel like I've always been.
What?
People have advice for all facets of the big
let's look at this
process. I'm not going to tell anyone the names we're thinking.
Malik, I think's how you spell it.
What you get back when you tell people what you're thinking of naming your baby.
Ewa?
It's never positive. No one in the history of naming.
When they look at the indictment and then just watch.
So let's watch Malik Beasley throw.
He's number 5, I believe.
Right, so if you live under
is that what number? What number is he? The Pistons. The Pistons. I'm sorry. Did I say the Bucks? It was the Pistons.
Rock, Malik Beasley got indicted today. So the indictment mentions 4 games, but I want to
right. Versus the Cavaliers, versus the Hornets, versus the Clippers, versus the Nets. And you can see the bets here. So against the Cavaliers, he was supposed to get under 3.5 rebounds. This says rebounding prop was manipulated, but they did not specify the exact amount. So Charlotte Hornets, we don't know the exact amount. Los Angeles Clippers, over 3.5 rebounds. And then with the Nets, it was under rebound prop.
This one against the Clippers, over 3.
Watch it. He's got to get more than 3.5 rebounds to make his bet, to get paid out, okay? So when we're watching this game, he needs 4 or more rebounds so he doesn't lose his money on the bet. And it goes to show how easily, like, an individual player, maybe not as far as like, oh, this team's going to win. Like, your team might underperform or the other team, but like on stuff like this, like fucking prop bets, easily you could just not get, 4 rebounds. You know what I mean? Like, or fight and throw caution to the wind and make sure you get at least 4 rebounds.
This shit was fucking insane. So Beasley gets his 3rd rebound with 1 minute left in the 3rd quarter.
He still needs 1 more.
Oh, it's bad. When you're boxing out.
Watch.
He's boxing out Giannis for the rebound.
Trying to box out his own player.
Well, he's not going to guard anybody. The only thing on his
not guarding his man.
Grabbing a rebound.
Didn't get it.
Clippers, then it's a 2-point game with 7 minutes left. This guy has no interest.
Right here.
Zero interest in playing defense.
He just wants the rebound. He needs it.
The rebound.
Nope.
So now we're under a minute, and Beasley still needs that rebound. And
1 minute left in the game. He's got to get this rebound, or he's going to lose his bet.
Beasley still needs that rebound, and he's doing everything he can
Didn't get it.
to get that rebound. Whether that means not guarding James Harden, whether that means running it on.
Didn't get it. Didn't get it. Ran into him.
He just can't.
He's panicking.
So now we're down to 24 seconds. Beasley is going to pass this shot up. Pat Connaughton is going to shoot a 3. Beasley from 40 feet out is going to
running.
So the Clippers are going to advance the ball.
He's got to get a rebound.
14 seconds left, up by 7, and Malik Beasley is going to fly out of the coal mines to get this rebound. And then look at his reaction when this ball goes in. He's like, "Fuck, man!" And then
he's like, "That was it. I had it. I needed that rebound."
Gonna be like, "Hello, the game is still going on, man. Wake the fuck up! It's not my fault. You're going to prison." And then we fast forward. The game is over.
He ends up getting it, and at like 5 seconds left.
Malik Beasley.
Right here.
It's gonna get.
He runs all the way from the 3-point line. Now, his whole team is down there. His whole team is down there for the rebound. He runs all the way from the 3-point line, the guy he was guarding, to get this rebound so he can make his bet. Watch.
Wake the fuck up! It's not my fault! You're going to prison! And then we fast forward, the game is over, there are 8 seconds.
Right there he is. Now watch him run, sprint. Get it.
Legacy rebound of his life! And he's going to cash his rebound.
Made his bet at 0.3 seconds.
3 seconds left. So let's watch Malik Beasley.
It's wild how easily like a single player could manipulate a lot of these prop bets and shit.
So let's watch Malik Beasley.
Oh, that's the one we just watched.
So let's watch the first game that Malik Beasley threw. So the indictment lists 4 games. This is the first one against Cleveland.
Under 3.5 rebounds.
So the little fella is going to get his first rebound.
I'm sure he didn't bet himself. He probably gave money to someone, a representative that went and placed the bet.
45 seconds into the game. And then he's going to get a second rebound right here. So now Beasley's in trouble. So what are you going to resort?
He's got 2 rebounds already in just second quarter.
When your legit life is on the line, you have to put your back to the hoop.
Look, not even looking.
You can.
Run. He ran away from that rebound. He cannot get 4 rebounds or he's fucked. Right? He's at 3.5 as the max he can get. So he runs away from this rebound. He puts his back to it and pushes another team's player into the rebound.
Your legit life is
Watch
on
him.
the line.
Right here.
Put your back to the hoop and do anything you can to not grab a rebound. But gee golly, Mike, what the fuck do you do when you have 3 rebounds with 3 minutes left in the second quarter? Well, I would probably stop playing defense. So Cleveland is going to have numbers here.
There he is. Look, the ball's over here. This guy just had it. He could have guarded this guy. He could have went for this guy. He's just standing out here waiting for another guy to walk down the court.
Instead of transitioning back on defense to try and prevent the 4 and 2, Malik Beasley is going to stand there and legit, he's going to guard nobody. And watching back, some of the little shit is fucking insane. So you have all.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, it's obvious now that we know his bets and watching it. But if you were just watching this, you'd have no idea. You just think he was off or doing something different. Might not even notice. But once they found out whoever was placing the bets for him, and they flipped him, then they can go back and look and be like, oh, well, clearly, he's not even playing defense here.
4 players on Milwaukee right here in the paint. Where's Malik Beasley? He's not in the frame. And
not even on the screen.
Please. But you got a guy that is running away from the hoop. Look
Watch
at
him.
shit.
Run.
Out of everything in this game that is concerning, this takes the cake. So there are 25 seconds left. Cleveland is going to hug up a shot here.
And he's in perfect position here to get a rebound. He's down here on the baseline right now.
Down by 9.
And what's he do?
Left.
Right here he is. That shot come from over there. If he shoots over, it's coming right towards him. So what does he do?
And look at Malik Beasley mid-shot.
He's running. Get out of here!
Look!
If that comes to me, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Run!
This shit, man. Now remember, if he gets a rebound here, it overhits. So what do you do when you don't want your over to hit? You run the other way when the ball is in the air. You elbow Max Strus. Strus is like, what the fuck are you doing? And you hit your bet. So let's watch.
That's crazy, ain't it? That's fucking insane. The fact that he would sprint away.
Now remember, if he gets a rebound here, going to hook up a shot here.
And he's in perfect rebound position, and no one's around him. He knows if it comes to him, he can't just it'd be too obvious if he just sidesteps it and it goes out of bounds. So he just sprints away, dude.
Down by 9.
He even runs so fast away, he elbows this guy.
3 seconds left. And look at Malik Beasley, mid-shot. He's going to...
He's already in sprinter's pose, dude. He's out of here. Turn on them jets, baby.
At this shit, man. Now remember, if he gets a rebound here, his over hits. So what do you do when you don't want your over to hit?
And what's crazy is these bets were for thousands of dollars when he's making millions of dollars. I just don't... I mean, maybe it was like a fucking mafia thing and they were rigging other people's bets and threatening his life. I don't know. He had a 1-year, $6 million contract with the Pistons. Let's see what's alleged here. Said the NBA star wants to move on with his life after pleading not guilty Wednesday. Charges that he altered his play in certain games in 2024 to enrich sports bettors and to ease his own debts. So he owed people money, and they're like, the way you pay it off is by helping us hit these bets. Beasley, one of the biggest names caught up in the sweeping federal gambling investigation, said little at his arraignment in Brooklyn federal court. He answered the judge's questions with "Yes, Your Honor," but let his lawyer, Jason Goldman, enter his plea on his behalf. Afterward, the 6'4" shooting guard stood quietly as Goldman spoke to the reporter outside the courthouse, demurring when one asked if he had anything to say to his fans. Beasley, who played for 6 NBA teams in 9 years, sat out the most recent season because he was under investigation. Instead, he played for the Puerto Rican team co-owned by recording artist, actor Bad Bunny. He looks forward to fighting. He's fought every day. He's presumed innocent, and that has to mean something still, obviously. Beasley, 29, and sports agent Paulo Zamorano, who also pleaded not guilty Wednesday, were among 6 people charged in indictment until this week. They are the newest defendants in a gambling sweep that has netted more than 36 arrests, including former Miami Heat star Terry Rozier, who was accused of conspiring with friends to help them win bets, and Basketball Hall of Famer Chauncey Billups, who was accused of conspiring to fix high-stake poker games. That was the weird thing where they brought people in for poker games and stole all their money. Zamorano, 39, formerly represented another co-defendant, ex-NBA player Ed Davis, who had loaned money to Beasley and is accused of acting as his gatekeeper in the alleged scheme. We look forward to our day in court. Zamorano's lawyer told reporters Beasley and Zamorano were both released on bond. They were due back in court for status conference on August 6th. Beasley is accused of fixing or trying to fix his performance in at least 4 games while playing for the Milwaukee Bucks in 2024. Okay, so it was when he played for the Bucks. By overperforming bookmakers' expectation. In exchange, the indictment said the bettors bribed Beasley by reducing or eliminating his debts to Davis. Okay, so Ed Davis loaned him money. He couldn't pay Davis back for whatever reason. And the betting thing was to get his debt forgiven to Davis. Only way you can beat Vegas is sports betting, Davis told Beasley in a January 26, 2024 text message, according to the indictment. Everything else they got the edge on. In one example, according to the indictment, Beasley told Davis that he would try to outperform the 3.5 line that sports books had set for his rebound total in Milwaukee's game against the Clippers. With a second left, the Bucks up by 7 points. Beasley challenged a Clippers shot and dashed past 4 players to grab his 4th rebound and securing a win for the batters as the horn sounded. 0.3 seconds left. One batter made a $3,252 profit on a $2,838 wager. That's not even that much, dude. Well, you made less than $1,000. You made $400 and some dollars. The indictment said, and another made $2,100 profit on wagers totaling $2,400. Other bettors missed out and lost money, mistakenly placing wagers on Beasley to underperform the rebound and total because of an apparent miscommunication, the indictment said. What's funny is after he got it, he had a big sigh of relief, a co-conspirator said in a text message, according to the indictment. Beasley borrowed money, so they knew that he was fixing it. They're like, look how silly he looks, like fucking big sigh of relief. Beasley borrowed money from Davis, a former teammate, after racking up millions of dollars in gambling losses. So he owed Vegas money or lost all his money in Vegas. His widely reported financial problems include disputes with a Detroit landlord, a Milwaukee barber, and a Minnesota dentist. Damn. A 2025 lawsuit from a sports marketing agency resulted in a $1 million default judgment against him. There's a bigger conversation here about the industry and about individuals and institutions that are profiting billions and billions of dollars and fueling the addiction. Beasley has been aware of the investigation for about a year. Assistant U.S. Attorney Benjamin Weintraub said he last played in the NBA for the Detroit Pistons on a 1-year, $6 million contract. I don't understand. Like, I've seen like MTV Cribs and shit. Dude, if you told me that I could make $6 million for a fucking one season, that would be the only season I ever fucking played forever, and I would be set for life. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way I would come out of a $6 million contract owing anybody money. He averaged 16 points and scored 20 in his last game, a playoff loss to the New York Knicks. He is one of 5 players in NBA history with more than 300 three-pointers in a season. Beasley's release was secured by, I'm sure it had a lot to do with his gambling and shit. Beasley's release was secured by his parents, actors Michael and Dina Beasley, who joined the arraignment by phone from their home in Georgia, stone-faced for the most of the hour-long proceeding. Beasley laughed at his mother's answer to Magistrate Judge Taryn Merkel's question about how often they talk to each other. I probably call him every day. He might not answer every day, Dina Beasley said, prompting chuckles in the courtroom. If I call him 6 times a week, he'll answer 5 times probably. She finished. It's crazy, dude. I don't know. I mean, that could be done pretty easily, too. Like, a lot of people could be throwing these prop bets. Like, if they do it, if you're like an average 3-point shooter and they have it, over 25 points scored or over 10 free throws made or something, and you just make 9 and then just start missing. If it's not even on, that's crazy. Or even attempts. Like, if you don't make the attempts, you can't fucking, you know what I mean? You can't fucking go over. You're not shooting threes. It says he's live.
But we're going to get off ice. We're going to put you back on ice.
He's trying to make that TikTok money, baby.
Guys,
we gotta get that TikTok money.
I think we got to do it, my boy. I'm going to see you some sign game 1 shoes.
Professional athlete out here trying to fucking get galaxies donated.
After some...
Oh, my God. Have you guys seen this? This is the last video we watched, and I got to go. It's after 1 a.m. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Today's Liam's birthday, actually the 5th. So happy birthday to Liam. It's after midnight now, so it's his birthday. These guys have been battling rats. They got a really cool, it's like two gay guys that like live in a house or whatever that they've been remodeling, but they have this crazy rat problem because it's like New York City, I guess. And they've been battling these rats and videotaping where they go. But the house they remodeled is beautiful. Fucking beautiful. Is that when they tried dry ice? Here.
Brace yourself. A few years ago, our Brooklyn rat problem was horrible because the empty lot next door to us, just on the other side of our courtyard fence, was the perfect haven for a colony. It was a nightmare living just a few feet from their home, and winters were just as bad. But when the new building next door started to go up, we knew that suddenly those rats would be looking for a new home. And
they were living in this lot. They building a building there. Now the rats have got to go somewhere.
Everyone on the block was on the lookout for where they'd land, especially because we've already got one derelict building 5 lots away that's been a rat haven for 15 years. Back in the 1940s, it was the cutest bakery, and we're hoping someone buys it soon and helps fight the rats in there. Unfortunately for us, sometime in the last 2 weeks, it seems that part of the colony has moved into our little garden around the London plane tree out in front of our house. I cannot believe that after 15 years, they found a soft spot in my garden bed and dug a new home with the
Look, that's the rat entrance. See that hole?
entrance right by the electrical box for our sidewalk snow melting system. Well, to prove it to myself and catch him in action, I'm taking our stepladder out front and then using 2 of our spotlights that normally light up the fountain in front of our house to throw some light down on the tree pit. Once I had it all set up, I came inside, took the screen out of our front window, and I put my cell phone on top of our canopy and set it to record what happened overnight. And holy hell did they come.
There you go.
The first one came running from across the street where they store trash out in bags, under the cars for protection, and then it ducks into the back corner of the garden, makes its way to the front corner, and right into the hole. Over the next few hours, as a few oblivious people stroll by on their way home, the rats have the street to themselves and come and go, heading out for food and circling back to the nest down below our tree, all right out in front of our lovely new home. As gross as you're feeling right now, just imagine how we feel. Well, we've been fighting rats for years, and Sean has become quite the hunter, setting these electric shock traps along our driveway and front garden wall.
These work wonderfully well.
You guys want to hear the craziest story of my growing up? I don't know if I've ever told this on the show. I know I've told it to people in person. I may have told it in the show. This is the craziest fucking story of me being a child, okay? When I was I think I was in 4th grade at elementary school, at the first of the year, I was like a bigger kid. Like, not like fat. I was probably chunky, but I was like taller, larger. Like I was a bigger kid. They pulled me and several other larger kids out of a classroom after, it was like after lunch. They pulled like probably 10 of us to the side, had to stay after lunch, and told us that they had a special project for us, okay? They had a special project for us. And that if we participated, that they could give us extra lunch or ice cream or a milk or what was something like food from the cafeteria. Now I wasn't gonna look, a gift fucking sandwich in the mouth. So this special project, if we wanted to participate, we got extra food. We didn't get paid, we didn't get money, we didn't get shit. They were gonna give us extra food from the cafeteria or a milk or whatever you wanted, right? And they wouldn't charge you for it. Then the principal, the janitor, and a lunch lady passed out like sticks and bats. Like there was I remember a field hockey stick, a regular hockey stick, bats, just like I think somebody had like a fucking table leg. We were like a 4th, 5th grade. I'm telling you, this happened. They told us, they gave us all a weapon and told us to stand by the back door, okay? We all get in line with a fucking weapon and go out the back door where the cafeteria was into a parking lot. And it's like double back doors, and my school was kind of run down and shit. They didn't seal real well, but there was like you could see light underneath these doors. And they put us outside, and they lined us up in front of this double back doors. And the waste management truck showed up. And the principal told us that they had a mouse problem. And that when the truck came and dumped the dumpster, that the mice were trying to get in the school. And we should defend the school from the mice. And the waste management truck, they wait for us to line up. We've all got fucking weapons, including the goddamn janitor and the principal and the lunch lady. And they pick up this goddamn trash can, and rats, they're not even mice, are fucking everywhere. Fucking everywhere. And it was like fucking tiny little gladiators out there doing battle, dude. Like fucking mice went fucking everywhere, and we were just swinging and hitting shit and just killing fucking mice. Killing fucking mice. This went on once a week for that entire school year and the next year before I thought, hey, this is kind of weird, and told my parents that that they had me contract killing mice for extra rations at lunch. And my parents are like, what? And I was like, yeah, once a week. I can't remember what day it was. When the trash man comes once a week, they give us weapons and we defend the school. And they thought I was making it up. Like it was a fucking, I don't know, like my imagination or some shit. And I'm like, no, I'm serious. And my mom showed up to the school on a Thursday or whatever the fucking day the trash day was and was sitting in the parking lot in her Chevy Lumina when they brought us all out, all fucking ready for battle and shit with the fucking weapons ready to go. There was probably like 10 kids and like 3 or 4 adults. And I guess the problem was like the door didn't seal. And the last time they did it, the rat problem was relatively new when they first started. I guess they all multiplied or whatever. But I guess before they had the fucking tiny gladiators there to take care of the rat infestation, they just all shot towards the school because they're like scattered out in the open and ran in the school and shit. And they had issues with like fucking getting the food and getting. So we fought the rats back. It was like trying to part the rat sea. You know what I'm saying? Like I was Moses. Table legs and tennis rackets. There was tennis rackets. We had weapons. And they... This don't even sound real. And the only reason that I agreed to it is because we had a garage when I was even younger. We had a garage that was like, we rented a house and we owned like the first part of this garage. And the back part of the garage was like boxed off and was like storage for like the landlord used it. And it was always locked. I never seen the landlord go in there. I never seen him come out. But there was an area of our garage, like our garage, let's say it was 20 feet deep. The next 20 feet was completely closed off and had a door, a chain, and a lock. And I've never seen anybody go in there. I don't know what was in there. But we started, first of all, they were rats, okay, in that garage. And I used to, they were decent-sized rats, right? And I used to try to shoot them with an air rifle. Okay, like I would sit on my dad's fucking riding lawnmower and I'd be real fucking quiet. And we kept our, like a little trash trailer. I live in a place where you have to take your trash off, like to the dump. We had like a little trailer that we filled up all week that had a tarp over it. And when my dad was off on the weekends, if he got off or my uncle would come by, somebody would take that trash trailer off once every week or two and we'd throw out all our trash at the dump. But anyways, there was a riding lawnmower there. And I would watch the mice. I would be real quiet until the mice started moving around, and you'd hear them start moving. And they'd come up and they'd try to get on that trailer, and I'd try to shoot them with an air rifle and kill the mice. I thought I was like fucking hunting or some shit. I didn't do nothing with them, but I tried to kill them. I killed some. Then we made the mistake of storing dog food for our dog in that garage. Dog food is like goddamn anabolic steroids for mice and rats. These motherfuckers got goddamn ripped, dude. Like, we had dog food out there, and they got in the dog food, and these motherfuckers had like goddamn 6-packs and like traps and shit. Like, they got so much fucking bigger. The craziest shit I'd ever seen. And then we got rid of the dog food because clearly it was making fucking mutant rats that were going to goddamn take over our house. Like the air rifles weren't even killing them anymore. They would just like shrug it off. Be like, what, bitch? Right? So we took the dog food out and it didn't stop. And we thought, oh, fuck. We've like edited their genetic makeup. Like they're like this now. We introduced just enough dog food that they've carried it through their genetics, and now we're going to have to be fighting these super rats. But that wasn't true. What they actually did was not only were they eating the dog food, but like a couple years later, there was like this big pegboard, and there was like a piece of paneling on the wall in this garage and a bunch of pegboard. And something happened. I think a tree fell or something, and it like dislodged the pegboard and the paneling. So me and Dad went out there to fix it one day and ripped down that paneling, and they had gotten in the wall cavities and stocked the fucking walls over like a year. They had stocked up the walls full of dog food. every cavity between the studs. Not only were they eating the dog food, but they were so goddamn powerful that they were packing that shit up and taking it and storing it in the fucking wall. When we pulled down that paneling, we hadn't had dog food in there for like 2 or 3 years. And we pulled down that paneling, it was like a goddamn avalanche of kibbles and bits. It just fucking went everywhere. And rats going everywhere. It was bad. But that's how I got so good at killing rats. No wonder they recruited me. I was like a D1 rat killer.
But that didn't stop the city inspector from giving us a $300 ticket because he found rat poop out front one day. We fought that ticket hard and eventually had it reversed.
A $300 ticket for finding rat poop in front of their house in New York.
But it's crazy how the city came after us. Over the years, our cat Mouse has been amazing at hunting down little mice in our courtyard, and she's chased rats, but she's never fought with one. No, not inside the house. So since we now know where they live, which is always the biggest mystery, I've decided to take the fight right to them. The problem is,
they probably have a crazy tunnel system underneath that sidewalk and shit.
Lovely dogs are walking by every day, so putting a poison there is impossible. So this morning, Sean's picking up a couple of pounds of dry ice from a shop deep in Brooklyn. This is the same stuff you use on Halloween to make...
Dry ice is supposed to be a remedy. Like, you put it over their hole and the carbon dioxide is heavier than air, so it sinks down in there and they just go to sleep forever. The forever nap.
Fog on the ground.
You guys never... I brought that story up in middle school, and you want to talk about being embarrassed, the school rat story? Someone said something about like, it had something to do with like extra food or double rations or whatever. And I was sitting with a group of other kids in middle school that were like my friends. And I was like, oh yeah, it was like when the school used to have us kill the rats at the dumpster. And everybody goes. And they're like, what? And I was like, yeah, you said something about extra food. You remember like we were in elementary school and they got us to kill all the rats at the dumpster. And everybody's like, we didn't do that. And I'm like, what? That everybody was battling rats at their elementary school? Like, I thought that was one of the fucking classes, bro.
And
anyways, back to the video.
Omaha steaks that I used to buy my dad. And I'm going to use it to kill the rats.
The city is hoping that dry ice is going to be the solution.
I saw a news report about how New York City's been using dry ice for the last few years, and a bunch of other cities are doing it too. Dry ice is frozen carbon dioxide, a normal part of our Earth's atmosphere, and the gas that we exhale during breathing. It's the same gas that's added to water to make soda. Dry ice is very cold, and as it warms up and melts...
Any of you guys had to fight rats at your elementary school, or no?
Dioxide gas will sink deep down into the burrow, replacing the oxygen and humanely suffocating the rats. I don't know how deep underground they are, but we need to be ready for them to come pouring out at me. And if I get the dry ice pellets in, I'm putting my mom's cast iron stew pot on top to stop them from getting out. Here we go. All I have to do is very carefully...
I think in this dirt, they'll just dig another hole, probably.
Into the entrance of their burrow. Get as many in there as possible. Pack it down.
They're good storytellers.
And now we wait while it slowly melts for the next 3 to 4 hours in there. And my mom's pot on top, covered by an old towel so no one steals it, and a leaf on top. After 6
I wonder if you filled it full of expanding foam.
hours, I take the pot off the hole, but immediately I can see that there's a new hole underneath the stew pot, and somehow the rats got out. How? It didn't work, so now I gotta do it again. So this morning, even though it clearly didn't work the first time, I'm trying it again and putting in a lot more dry ice and giving it another shot. This time I'm not putting on the pot so I can see what happens. After dark, I set the ladder up and the lights again, and I put my camera on the canopy, and literally 10 minutes later, one of them seemingly rises from the dead like Lazarus. How are they doing this? Over the next few hours, our tree pit remains the center of activity as the rats just come and go while we are sound asleep upstairs. And this morning, that hole is looking like the Lincoln Tunnel with how big it is.
Lincoln Tunnel. The reason I clicked on this because there's an update.
Last week, after some nasty Brooklyn rats dug a burrow under the garden around the tree in front of our house.
These people are good storytellers.
Nearly 1 million of you witnessed me putting chunks of dry ice down the rat's entryway so that the carbon dioxide gas would sink down and smother them. And it totally failed, twice. But instead of making fun of us, you guys were so encouraging and offered us tons of suggestions to try. A few even suggested we run a hose from our car's exhaust right into the hole. So here's what we're trying. A bunch of you suggest we try using smoke to get them out. So I hop on the subway and go into Manhattan to Abracadabra, a famous costume and magic shop where it's spooky fun all year round. The magician on staff wants to show me a trick before pointing out the smoke bombs that they have on sale for $16 each, green, yellow, or white. Okay, got them. Our goal with these is to light one up and put it down into their burrow, and then using our leaf blower to see if we can push the smoke in and see if it comes out another entrance somewhere.
We're gonna smoke that little rat.
My big concern is that we'll see smoke coming out of the Con Ed electrical pit that's 7 feet away. We have a direct highway between us and that underground world. Here we go.
If it stays on fire, you're gonna blow the fire out.
There are so many places around here they could be living.
Don't hold it. Yep. Push it down. Let it go. Yep.
With it inside, I take the blower, snug it into the hole as Sean keeps it firm. All the smoke seems to just push back out at us. Trying it again.
Pull it away.
It's definitely not coming out of the electrical pit.
Seems like a dead end, huh?
Looking at the other tree beds near us, we don't see any other smoke at all.
I was sure we were going to see the smoke come out somewhere else.
So maybe this isn't connected anywhere else, and it's a new hiding hole that they've just created. That is a relief.
Next thing we're going to try is hosing them out.
Flooding them was a very popular idea and an easy one to try. So I take our very long garden hose attached to the front of our carriage house and I drag it out to the street. Our new trellis is sticking to the wall and our plants are so happy. Since Sean's kind of worried that
I do really like the house they renovated.
Rushing out of the hole at us when it floods, he's dug out our pressure washers.
There's a bunch of dogs that go by there afraid about putting poison out.
Shoot at any of them that comes out.
What's your goal, sharpshooter?
He said like hundreds of dogs go by every day.
I turn it on and off we go.
You're feeling now?
Sean waits patiently, but nothing happens. So he starts washing the car while I turn the hose on a bit more, and still we wait for it to flood. While Sean moves on to cleaning the fence, and then the tile in the front garden, and still it doesn't overflow at all. That makes me really worried that it's a huge burrow. So as night falls, I put my front spotlights up once again and my camera on top of our canopy and record. For hours, nothing happens, but then one comes by. He must know that something's different and it smells like people, and he leaves. Fantastic.
There were so many spicy ideas you offered, but since I have a huge bottle of Costco cinnamon, I sprinkle a quarter of it all over the entrance to see what happens.
And once again, they continue to come by, have a look around and sniff, and don't stick around. Before I go to bed, I head back out with more cinnamon and a half a bottle of red pepper flakes and generously coat the entire opening.
He's just seasoning the fucking yard now.
Because we've got big plans for tomorrow. And for the rest of the night, they come by to see what's up, don't like my flavors, and decide to pass. It's just a temporary fix because those spices won't last, but it's good to let them know we're on. This morning, Sean and I are off to Home Depot to pick up some wire mesh fabric that we're going to use to really stop them.
We need the wire to be thick enough that they can't chew through it, but easy enough for us to cut it to work through it.
We used wire mesh like this a few years ago to stop a damn squirrel family that had moved into the eaves of our house in Asbury Park, and so we know it works well. First, we're going to need to figure out where that rat hole is going, and that means we have to dig up all of my hosta plants and my baby impatiens that have been... Then we got to dig down and see what's going on. Pretty quickly, I can see that the rats have followed the new metal conduit pipe that goes under the sidewalk slab, and in that soft ground down there, they've dug out a burrow. Yeah. So we keep going deeper. And about 15 inches down, we clear everything out until it's like the inside of a box. Then we take the wire mesh and cut it and fold it like it's a piece of wrapping paper, and carefully fit one piece against the side, cutting a tiny slot so that the pipe can just get through. Both sides of the sidewalk are blocked now, and we can bury it, which will hold it tightly in place, stumping it in nice and tight at the edges.
I hope it's enough.
Then it's time to bring the plants out and put them back into their home, hopefully rat-free. As I clean up the front and put our tools...
They might have done it.
The awful super of the apartment building across the street has once again illegally left his bags on the street instead of putting them in the required bins. Thanks for the rat supper. With our new rat-proof bed almost tucked in for the night, I fire up the lights, give the entire area a heavy dosing of cinnamon since I'm red pepper flakes. I feel like we finally got them. Then I set my camera up and head to bed. For a while, nothing happens. But then between 1 and 3 a.m., they start coming by every 5 or 10 minutes. They look, they sniff, they wonder, and then they move on. Finally, it seems to stop, and by 4 a.m., when our outside lights go off, it's been quiet for hours. Once dawn breaks, our next-door neighbor Umberto is up and pops by to take a look and see whether the rats dug up the hole. Satisfied with what we've accomplished, he heads off. And he's immediately followed by one scraggly fat rat doing his walk of shame home, which thankfully is not right in front of our house anymore.
I think they got him. Good job, guys.
Last week...
Check out Back to the Studs account.
For 13 years, we lived in the carriage house at the back of our Brooklyn property.
Designing our courtyard. They make a really nice fucking house out of that. All right, guys, I'm out. Happy 4th of July. Happy birthday to Liam today. I'll be headed out of town tomorrow, and today we're taking Liam out to eat at a place called The Melting Pot, I think, or something. It's almost like fondue and shit, but whatever. We got a reservation for 6 o'clock tonight. It's out of town. It's a few hours away to go to that. And then we're going to Kentucky on Monday, be back on Tuesday. Support the show if you want to. Send me some gas money so we don't get halfway there and then die. I'm basically your Bort, okay? So, Bort me, Zelly me, baby. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Happy birthday again to Liam. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good night. Love you. See you. Bye. Bert's last nickel. Do you think this dry ice will work on moles, gophers? It should. I think the problem is, like, if they can dig out some other way, they'll come out. But dry ice is basically like, giving yourself carbon dioxide and just going to sleep forever.
Balls. You don't have
and it's heavier than air, so it sinks.
Okay, Scott.
Bert's last nickel.
Shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't
Zelly me.
Here we go, I think I started some shit.
Zelly Liam, hell.
Off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen
Oh, wait. Let me tell you a funny story if you're still here. So while Liam was away at college, at like 1 a.m. in the morning, he texts his mom. And he's like, Mom, they just woke me up in the middle of the night to tell me about butter. And his mom's like, what? What do you mean butter? And he's like, I don't know. They were talking about butter. And the guy said, clap 3 times if you're happy about, or if you're excited about butter. And then everybody started clapping, and I'm really confused. And his mom was like, you need butter? I need to bring, I'm confused. What do you mean? You're at college. Why the fuck they wake you up in the middle of the night to tell you about butter? And he's like, I don't know. I'm going back to bed. Okay. So that happened. Liam finally tells us when we pick him up from college that the guy that was talking to him was from Africa. Okay. Was from the continent of Africa and has a very strong African accent. And what the guy was actually saying was barter theater. They were telling them that they were taking a trip to barter theater, and Liam thought he was telling him about butter in the classroom. Clap 3 times if you're excited about butter. And they were talking about barter theater, which is in Bristol, to see it. They went to see a musical. It was so funny. When he told me that, I shot fucking my water I was drinking out my fucking nose. I was laughing so hard. All right. See you guys.
Whip with a quick wit and a 6 cents for the stupid shit. Where my true believer? Y'all need Jesus. Praise the Lord, head to the extreme. All these false fucking prophets who profit off of gossip. Worshipping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit. Swinging fucking meat hammers like four in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, eating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for it.
Fucking spiders. They're setting off my ring camera. I gotta go kill them. Get rid of them.
Eating lizard people, alien sex.
Tired of getting a notification every 10 seconds.
Desk, a retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers, cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. I used to find clues too when I was high on shrooms. I found myself a tunnel that led to Jason Q's bedroom. Open his closet, I found some of his meat rockets. I strapped them to my shoes and then I flew through the roof. I found myself in orbit strapped to an F-16. High on amphetamine, with Trump in between. Put on a light coat of baby oil and saluted the troops. He tapped me on the shoulder and said, this is gonna be it. Whoa, wait. Stop. What? I'll get my files. Wait, what are you doing? Stop. Hold on. Fucking stop. Dude, come on. Seriously. This is bombs and alcohol. Give me oh my God. Damn it. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Round 3. Down goes Nino. Please say it isn't so. Got him backed up on the ropes, trying to ram it down his throat. Now things are getting rocking. He was doing so well. It's all over. Hands on his shoulders, they ringing his bell. You got Frog News Network doing no damn research. They be working copy on cocks that came first. 9th inning, second string, and they acting like they know hitters. Assholes throwing bullshit, sending bronze to the shitter. All this nonsense on my conscience. It's hard to sleep at night. Who the fuck is in my window with this time of the night?
Good night, guys.
Parasites his leeches with all their secret meetings, teaching all you fucking.
I know a couple of 5th graders that I could provide weapons to if you really want to do away with the Gophers and shit. I'm just saying.
Piss them off, it's about to get lit.
We'll work for food.
You know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off,